Hello everyone, and welcome to this Videos on Frontier video. Today is November the 7th at approximately, I would say it was just about exactly 10 past 2. See? Look. The watch hands are on top of each other and everything. Inappropriate! Anyway, today I would like to tell you a wee bit of a story. However, rather than infringing upon the intellectual rights of someone I greatly respect by titling it, something along the lines of Jay Tells a Story, well, I've got my own less creative version of that segment called... this really is pretty terrible, but I hope it'll suffice. But this is a section which I call Story Time with Jay. Aww. You always have to have that aww next to it. Anyway, in this Story Time with Jay, I want to tell you the story about a Dell Latitude laptop. Now, as some of you will know, some of you who actually follow my good friend on YouTube, Billy Carr, also known as Road Geek, you will know that he recently bought a Dell Latitude C800 from a mutual friend of ours, someone called Gabe, known as GPPL. And this machine... Billy got it. He got a hard... I do believe Gabe actually bought him a hard drive caddy and connector for it, which was awful nice of him. So yeah, I do appreciate that generosity. I'm going to thank you on behalf of Billy, who probably already did thank you, because that's what Billy's like. He does, like, thank folk, as far as I am aware. He certainly thanked me for things that... I've done in the past, so yeah, he does thank folk, so let's clear that up. So anyway, Gabe bought him a hard disk and a caddy for it. Gabe really couldn't be bothered getting the thing going, so Billy bought it off of him, because Billy recently sold his Dell Dimension, I think it's 8100, I believe it was, although I keep forgetting the model name. Basically, that was a Pentium 3 desktop, and he replaced it with a Dell Latitude C800, 850 MHz, similar thing. So Billy got the hard disk and the caddy for this machine, got it going, and, well, suffice to say, he absolutely loves the thing. I mean, really. So I decided that, being a bit of a fan of Dell Latitude computers myself, that I would buy one. So I bought one, and naturally enough I had to buy a hard disk and a caddy. For those of you who are wondering, the hard disk connectors for Latitude C800s look like this. Look, there you go. I bought a hard disk and a caddy for my Dell Latitude C800, put it all together, and I was away to do a video, and that's when I realised the keyboard doesn't work. So I set it up using an external keyboard, which was fine enough. You know, I mean, the machine itself intrinsically goes. However, I found that when I thought, right, okay, well, obviously I want an extra keyboard, so I bought one. And I plugged it in. And still didn't work. Now sometimes, you know, some keys might work on a keyboard, on a keyboard, sometimes keys might not. So I thought, so I'd obviously thought, oh well, it's obviously a problem with the keyboard, not the machine. So I bought another keyboard, this time from a trusted seller on eBay, parts_just laptops, plugged it in, didn't work either. So at this point, it was pretty clear to me that it must be the internal keyboard connector on the motherboard that was busticated. So, well, as it turns out, it seemed I had to just replace the motherboard. And at the time I was a wee bit short of cash, so I put the machine up on eBay. The machine did not sell, so I decided, and I got a wee bit of money, so I thought, well, I'll buy a motherboard and see if I can rebuild this thing. So that's what this video is about. Now, because it's rebuilding a laptop rather than a desktop, and due to my visual impairment, I am going to need a lot more concentration than usual. So I'm probably not going to chronicle this in as much detail as I'm guessing you would like. However, what I will do is I will show you the machine in its current state, and then I'll probably do a jump cut to getting the machine taken apart, and then getting the machine hopefully built once I figure out how to do things, because with the motherboard coming out, it is going to take quite a lot of doing, and I really don't want to be responsible for a cracked casing or things like that. What I did do is I got a Latitude C810. What I did do is I replaced the screen off of the C800 onto that. So obviously, that's got a slightly broken hinge. I'll have to keep that together. The screen will work and it will hold up. It'll just, the slightest thing will send it going, or rather, so at some point I would like to replace that hinge mechanism, but again, I need to have more money to do that. So, without further ado, let's go on to the second part of this video. Okay, so here we are. Now, if I'm wanting to rebuild this machine, I'm going to have to look pretty snappy, because the time is currently 20 to 3, and the sun will be setting in, well, probably about a couple of hours. The light is going to be fading fast. Anyway, so here we are, the Dell Latitude C800. It's missing a couple of parts. DVD-ROM drive is kind of missing. The hard drive caddy, I do believe, is there, but there's no hard drive in it. And the battery is missing as well. I'm using the blanking the blank battery pack for the C810. There is a floppy drive. Yeah, I need a new DVD drive for it. Okay. So the machine works. However, well, the left arrow key works perfectly. No such luck for the right arrow key. Again, the down arrow key works, but no such luck for the up arrow. So, looks like before I can rebuild this machine, I'm going to need to do some shopping. Oh, look what's just appeared. A box. Quite a big box as well. Well, I guess while we've got it in shot, we may as well unbox it. Remember though, the usual safety precautions will apply. If you are the sort of person who thinks that a knife is a musical instrument that should be played like a flute, you probably should get a responsible adult. In fact, no, you should get a responsible adult to unbox, to use a knife for you. And as always, you should try and have a cup of tea to hand. I don't. But then again, having said that, I have just had one of the most delicious hot chocolates. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna... There we go, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn the box over. Let's have a look at what's inside here. It's like a game of pass the parcel. I'm gonna keep that. It'll come in handy. Really? Yes. Oh! More bubble wrap. This really is like a game of pass the parcel. I wonder. Do you know? I remember. I don't know if I've got it anywhere, but I remember once being invited to some sort of I can't even mind what it is, but it was some religious party for Buddhism, and I was about 6 years old at the time. It was being hosted by someone that I knew through a foster sibling, and this was videoed, and during Pass the Parcel, when I was 6 years old, I had no idea of how Pass the Parcel worked, so it's like I'd be yelling to the person in charge of the music, you know, going, "Stop it at me!" Okay, so, yeah, so at this point, the game of Pass the Parcel would be won, and the person would be getting... Oh, would you look at that? It's a motherboard to a Dell Latitude C800. That is fantastic. I can build this machine now. So here we are. I can finally rebuild this machine. However, there are a couple of other parts that I was missing that I really do need. Oh, there they are. Here's a DVD-ROM drive. I had ordered a DVD-ROM CDRW drive, but yeah, it arrived and it was a DVD-ROM drive. And unfortunately, I've been feeling quite ill the last couple of days, so I kind of forgot to talk to the eBay seller about it. So yeah, it looks like I've overpaid for a DVD-ROM only drive. Derp. And a hard disk connector. Would you look at that? It connects, and hard disks and everything. Look at that. It's even got like holes in it, which would be quite useful. Anyway, what I'm going to do is get to work on the machine. Now, I don't care how well you know a machine. Unless you're building the same machine, unless you're servicing the same machine day in, day out, laptops generally tend to be proprietary. They'll have a lot of bespoke parts. So always, if you're ever unsure, and even if you're professional, if you're ever unsure of anything, it would not hurt to turn to the service manual for help. It's better to have a fully working machine that you've had to read up a bit on, rather than a pile of parts that you've just wasted money on because you didn't read the material, if a service manual is available. Now, Compaq, Dell, Toshiba, even, I believe in some cases, even Sony, you can get service manuals for their machines. And please excuse me if I'm missing anyone off of the list here. I think you can even get service manuals even for Acer machines. And HP as well, but HP and Compaq, pretty much the same now, but you can get service manuals for new Compaqs and for old ones. Oh, you can get service manuals for ThinkPads as well, both IBM and I do believe Lenovo. In fact, yes, you can get them for Lenovo. Pretty sure of that. Anyway, always try and read the service manual if you can get one. If not, just be extremely careful what you're doing. Do not apply too much force, otherwise you might crack something, you might actually destroy something that means something to you, or the machine. Anyway, let's take a wee read of the service manual, and we will disassemble the machine. I know the first thing that needs to come out is that floppy drive, but yeah, so I will regroup back with you. Well, I'll regroup back with you thanks to the magic of video editing. I'll do it now. Well, that was actually one of the easiest machines I've ever had to pry apart. However, some of the parts, I think some of the plastics have kind of cracked along the way. Here, for example, is the PC card slot. Look at this. I can twang it. Dang. There's a banjo, and yeah, it feels so deliciously white trash. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, well, I'm seem to be having trouble getting this CPU cooler off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the motherboard out and see if that, you know, having easier access makes it, you know, any better. It should just, you know, come straight out. It should be able to get this latch undone and then just weak it out, and then just, because I'm going to have to obviously drop the old CPU, well, I'm going to have to drop the CPU from this motherboard to put it into the new one. So yeah, so I'll get back to you once that's done. It is starting to get a bit darker now, so I'll be closing my curtains and adding more light. I have my daylight lamp up here. Brilliant, useful invention. I got that at university to help reading text and what have you. So yeah, it is pretty good. Anyway, I'll refer back to the service guide because there's a couple of expansion cards that I will need to lift out of here, including the video card, believe it or not. I wonder if I could replace it with one out of a C810 and give this machine NVIDIA capable graphics as well. Now that would be sweet. Anyway, okay, so I floored the old motherboard. It's on the floor. Here's the laptop. It's a bit empty. This expansion card will have to go in once the motherboard, it would go in once a new motherboard is installed, but as it's connected to the modem and Ethernet card, it's going to have to stay mounted to the chassis. The new motherboard, I've had to take the cooling fan assembly off the old one, and I've put it to the new board. That was quite tricky, and yeah, I'm not sure how good my cable management style is, but it was the best I could do. So there you have it, but now there's actually fans. And yeah, this I must admit, this metal shroud over the cooling, over the ports made it very difficult to lift the other board out. I ended up bending the USB ports, the shroud out of shape on the old case for the motherboard. Well, I ended up bending this bit out of shape on the old board while trying to remove it from the system. Now, yes, I need to actually go and install the processor, so I think I will do that now. And then I'll get this mounted back in, and I'll reapply the cooling assembly, and very slowly get this machine pieced back together, and hopefully it'll work. I hope it does. Also, I'll need to reinstall the video card, as well as the as this wee guy, which is, I'm not entirely sure, I think it's a battery charging circuit. It's amazing how modular these boards are, actually, I must admit. You know, I am pretty amazed. Okay, so here is the new motherboard mounted into the machine. And the palm rest is also mounted on and screwed in. The heatsink is on the CPU. So, yeah, it appears that I put the CPU in the motherboard, I put the lid right down again. I put the heatsink onto the CPU. Oh yes, I believe that was me. Now I will put the keyboard back into this machine and add the screen. Bum ba da bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba da bum ba dum bum. Can he do it? Can he keep a straight face? Yeah. So I'll do that, and then I'll add a screen, and then I'll add the keyboard, the upper trim and hinge covers. Right, time to do that. Okay, so that's it. I believe I've rebuilt the machine. I probably shouldn't have added all the peripherals, but I did anyway. And now we're going to switch it on and basically watch it not work. It does have CPU and RAM in, though. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in. It has been quite a tricky build, but that's not good. We have one working machine, and look! Right, and just to see if all the rest of the keys work, before I have taken out all of the other drives, by the way, leaving me with the floppy drive, so I'm going to boot from my ultimate yellow floppy disk. Does FN and F7 work? Yes, it does. Does the enter button work? Okay, so let's do a quick typing test. So there we go, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So there you have it. Let's check the other keys. Excellent. Caps lock seems to work. Control key, FN key works. Alt key, spacebar, the angry Alt key, that works. See, there's Alt and then there's Alt GR. Alt, grrr! Yeah, that's the Alt key that needs some anger management. Why? Because it's quite easy to lose control. So what happened to my Model M? When I got it, it didn't have a control key on the right. I know, it's a bad joke, but I really couldn't care less. Anyway, let's see what happens if I page up. Page down. Home, and... Okay, let's try that again. Home, and... Excellent. Insert, yeah, that goes. Delete. Yeah, actually press the right key, Jay. I can't touch any of the Windows keys. Yeah, there's no edit help on here. It's a yellow boot disc, less incredible. Anyway, what say you we connect some drives? one DVD drive, but if I ever hope to get the DVD drive to work on this damn thing, I'm gonna need this. Because, oh, that was odd, I just got a shock from my phone. That's not right. Yes, I've realised I am a circuit now. Okay, so I'll just insert the hard drive. Excellent. And now, for a proper smoke test! See, now on the old board, I actually updated the BIOS to the latest version, but this isn't the old board, this is the new board. Derp. I've just successfully downgraded the BIOS on my Latitude C800. Actually, I wonder if it is a C800 this belongs to. Do you know what? I'm going to find out what appears at startup. So obviously this is a Dell board, it fits this case. Yep, it is Dell Latitude C800. And why is it doing that? Why is it saying press strike the F1 key to continue? Primary hard drive, modular bay, DVD-ROM. Let's set the time. It's currently 17. Can I type in these fields? Oh yes, I can. Nice. November the 7th, 2013. And it is a nicer keyboard, so I'm kind of glad I spent the money on this. Oh. This keyboard does not feel at all worn. Or look too worn either, so yeah, that's kind of nice. Boot pulse minimal, 850 MHz, CPU serial. Yep. It seems that this machine is going quite nicely. It's just a shame that, let's see if I can get it to go without saying, press F1 to start the computer. Just a shame that, you know, when I do save the time, it won't actually save. I don't know why it's doing that. Strike F1 to continue, strike F2 to run the setup utility. Why is it doing that? Now this version of Windows 98 was installed on the old Dell Latitude C800. I have changed the motherboard. Everything else though is the same. Even the video card's the same. Oh, isn't that nice? VGA. Nice. Windows networking. Excellent. Hey! Did I ask you to do that? Derp. I probably did, actually. Surely it would have recognised. I mean, the BIOS did pick up the Ethernet card, so yeah, with Windows, with any version of Windows, I mean, it's like Windows 9X, I can probably reinstall everything, but to be honest, it's best to actually go ahead and, you know, do an operating system reinstall. You know, I always find that that's the best course of action. Why is it doing that? Seriously. I wonder if I plug it out and plug it back in again. Anyway, let's see if the FireWire controller has installed itself. Yeah. Display, there's a problem with your display. Oh, is there now? Really? Good. Well, to be honest, I don't want there to be, so you best sort it. Otherwise, you smell, and I hate you because you smell, and you smell awful. Which is very socially awkward. Oh, look at that. I think it's actually picked up the display driver. Indeed it has. Obviously, I'd have to reinstall all these drivers one by one. Which, to be honest, what I really would like to do... I have the C810. That runs Windows 98. What I would really like to do is probably put Windows ME on here. But first, let's see if the FireWire card works. Why am I OCD about these icons? I'm going to be deleting this version of Windows. Damn it. Nope. Not a bite. Wasn't that the damnedest thing? Oh, well. Never mind. We'll sort that out with a fresh installation of Windows. Anyway, I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to leave a comment if you have one. Also, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. The URL for both the channel and the Facebook page will follow. And, oh, by the way, just a wee note about YouTube. Listen, I understand that Google are wanted to have tighter integration between their Google Plus and YouTube. I can kind of understand what they're doing, because, you know, it's their Google Plus network. They're maybe wanting to make YouTube more sociable. The thing that worries me is that UXW Bill said that if this were to happen, he would actually leave YouTube. Well, I have a wee solution. I mean, I know it's not the best solution, but I'm hoping this will sway at least some of you. What you can do, you could have a Google Plus page. Now, I'm not sure if you can actually make them set to private or not, but I mean, it doesn't take 2 minutes to set up an empty Google Plus page. Don't use it, but just keep, you know, as long as that's there, you know, and you just ignore it, ignore all requests or what have you, then basically you can still use YouTube. And you can still be notified of comments if you tell it to email you when a comment comes in. I know that YouTube comments notifications for activity on your YouTube page will be handled by Google+. Again, if you set it to email you with the notifications, you never have to deal with Google+ directly. At the moment, as it stands. If I'm wrong about any of this, please feel free to post any corrections in this video. I do have a Google+ page for this channel, but I'm just saying, for anyone who, you know, wants to remain on YouTube, wants to remain making videos, but doesn't want to have to deal with Google+, just make an empty page, tell it to email you notifications, and just don't bother dealing with it. I for one, will be very, very, very sad if UXW Bell goes, and I know, I'm pretty certain that I am not the only one who's going to be sad should that happen. UXW Bell, you have a lot of fans, and I urge you, please, 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 stay with us on YouTube, because, yeah, we really like your videos, and we really would rather they did not go anywhere. And I know you enjoy making videos, otherwise I don't think you'd do it. At least I think you enjoy making videos. Anyway, that said, thank you for watching, and please join me for my next video. Oh, by the way, also, thank you for supporting me through my 201 videos. Thank you very much. The 200th video was me restoring the Packard Bell Easy Bake Oven. Anyway, see you all later!